Hello, welcome to our channel Unity151. My name is Joe. I'm here to talk and review sci-fi, military sci-fi and space opera books and audio books. I also do models, I have a few interviews. So if you want to help, please click the like, subscribe, come on Patreon if you wish. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, all that stuff, all in the description. Go. Today's book is The Lost Fleet Fearless by Jack Campbell. Spoiler review. This one here, cracking book. Fuck, every time, I don't know. Yeah, there it is up there. Please like, comment and subscribe. I said it before, said it again. I'm going to read the blurb, tell you what I think about the blurb, and then go into my 5 categories. Everything again will be spoiled. Don't want to be spoiled. Got some non-spoiler one, links there I think. If you haven't watched the first one, but you don't care about watching this one, at the end of the video is the box thing where you click and watch the first video, then come back and watch this, or just go find the first one, then go back. I don't care, but if you're watching the spoiler one, you probably don't care anyway, which is cool. Let's go into the blurb. Let's do the blurb, yeah? Right. The Alliance fleet continues its perilous journey across the enemy star system. Striving to make it home, the legendary leader, Captain Blackjack Geary, plots a complex route deep inside enemy territory in an effort to outwit their enemies, the Syndics. But when an old war hero returns to the fleet after years spent in a Syndic labour camp, he is determined to lead the lead the Alliance to victory, whatever it costs. With his command threatened, a mutiny divides the fleet, leaving Geary fighting not only his leadership, but also for their very survival. Right. Okay, that was cool. So, Fearless, book 2 is amazing. Brilliant book, loved it. First one was good. Next book, cracking. I'm going to shuffle over here a little bit. Cannot wait for the third one. Action in it, political drama BS, which is cool, between the other captains. New guy turns up, Falco. I like Falco, even though I wasn't rooting for him. I liked him, and what happens at the end, you kind of feel sorry for him. You learn a bit more about possibly an alien threat, but they don't know because it's still just ideas. But like all these little breadcrumb pieces are, starting to fill up a little picture. The hypergates, the hypernet system, or whatever it's called, what they can do, like the devastation they can cause and the fact that they're everywhere, brilliant. Just, there's so much in this book, and it's just like, wow, how can he keep doing this? Like, I think it's like 8 more books in the series, 6 books in the series, 8 books, and it's like, how? I don't know. Like, yeah, amazing, absolutely amazing. So we're going to go into the 5 categories now. The 5 categories, let's think what we've got. Story and world building, characters, battles, technology and the machines of war, and aliens and or who the enemy are. That's what we're going to do. They're still running from the Syndics. They're still being chased after like escaping the first, when you open the book from the first one, and then the battle that they lost, and then getting chased, and then he's won a load of little battles and slowly trying to mould the fleet into an actual fleet, not just mass units dying. They landed. Well, they come through the jumps, because they jump through stars, they don't jump through gates. You can jump through the hypernet system, which is like a gate that you go into and you zoom around like a Stargate, or you can travel through, go into like a gravity well of a star or something, and then can slingshot launch somewhere else. But you have to kind of go from gravity well to gravity well with a hypernet gate. You can build a hypernet gate and you can just, like, whatever. So they land, as soon as they land, I think it might be 4 destroyers or a couple destroyers and something else. They see some enemy close to the gate. So they charge off, and Geary's like, no, stop, don't do it. Rah, rah. They charge on because they've always had in their mindset, get kills, easy kills, chase them. These ships float off in space. The 4 destroyers, the multiple destroyers, they go. There's mines that are cloaked mines. All 4 ships get blown up. So like, Geary's like, right, okay. They're setting traps everywhere. They don't know where they're going, but they're spreading themselves out, setting traps everywhere, because they know they're going to hit somewhere. So if they can keep spread about, take some damage, go somewhere else, take more damage. They can slowly whittle the fleet down and start working. They know where they're kind of going and they can get them and crush them. So he's like, right, balls, okay, we have to go somewhere else. He's like, right, what we'll do, we'll go deeper in Syndic space. They've got no idea. He knows how to jump the fleet further than they know because for some reason they've lost technology. Well, no, the reason why they've lost, not technology, why they've lost information is because there's so much information out there, it gets buried. So they just can't find stuff, they don't know what they're looking for. And because the war's been going on, it's so bloody, experienced captains and tactical people and all that stuff, they get killed and then it's just watering down everything. So then just new people coming in, they rush the train and get them out, new ships go, everyone just charges them battle and dies. So they've lost information just because of time. But it's all there, they just don't know where to look and what to look for because they've got no idea to do this because all the people who knew how to do stuff is dead. So that's that. So he decides we're going to go deeper. He goes deeper, they attack, battle, find a labour camp, bit of drama goes on there, pick up some people, save these Alliance people. They end up getting Falco, who's a new character, he's a new hero, he's fighting Falco. He's a bit so-so, we'll talk about him a bit later. And after that, they plan to hit a major shipping yard further in the Syndics. So the plans to do that, Falco does a runner, takes some ships with him, he don't bail, he's like, wow, we'll go, no, don't go that way, let's go, charge head on. Even though it makes no sense, because if you'd think charging head on, he would want to hit this place deeper in the Syndics, or whatever. He wants to get back to Alliance, they go one way, so he's like, Blackjack Geary, John, he's like, no, don't go again. And then he's like, Ilanos or Isonos or something like that, some system or something like that. It's the last thing he says before they go. And he's like, if they survive and they get hammered too much, he knows that the closest place to them and the closest place to him is this system called Ilanos or Ilanos or something, whatever. So he's already like, we'll go there if anything happens. Whatever. They then go to shipping yard, crush them, smash them to pieces because they're not ready for him, and like, you know, they absolutely decimates them. Then after that, they then have to go. I think they then go somewhere to gate. No, well, the gate is at the shipping yard. So like, right, so we've got to get to this gate. Try and get to the gate. Now, it turns out that the gates, they've never like worked out. They made these things, and they're like, what happens if they blow up? No one's like, don't know, we've never done it. And he's like, right, well, okay. So then this new character comes in. He's not a new character, but a bit more light. Works out some stuff, and he's like, right, so it's either going to, nothing can happen, just kind of go, or it'll be like a supernova bomb. And like, right, okay. So they've got to try and get to this gate. The Syndics blow it up. They've worked out a way to stop it by running systems or wherever. They go up there. It's all paraphrasing everything just to give you all the stuff. They go up there. All this stuff happens. Stop the gate from blowing up. Still energy comes out. Boom. Then they go to the other system. Got to save Falco. Falco turns up limping with other few ships. I think it's only 19 ships. Maybe it's 9, 6, something like that. They come through, more Syndics come through, slaughter the Syndics, boom. Tiny bit of it, nothing. That's not, the books, I've probably told you like that much of the book, but brilliant, absolutely outstanding. The story and world building, you learn more about the possibility of aliens, you learn more about the Syndics. No, you learn more about the Syndics, but you still don't know about the Syndics. There's a lot of like theories and stuff. What I like about this is that there's a lot of like, well, it could be this, we don't know why, it might be that, but the theory is this, and then like a few people put their heads together and they think and they come up with these ideas, and it's like maybe this because of this, and all this sort of stuff, and there's so much going on, so much moving around, and then there's the drama with the characters. You've got Victoria, who then, him and John are very friendly and they want to get together, well, they don't want to get together, but they sort of like start clicking a bit more. Then you've got his number 2, which is which is the commander of the Dauntless. They get along. Then there's other characters. It's just amazing. The whole pool of people, but it all builds to the world. It's outstanding. So I'm going to give that a 4.2 out of 5. It's really good. I can't do it justice. Read the first one. Read the second one. It's worth it. So worth it. Characters. John, Blackjack Geary, as I said. Everything's point of view from his point of view. You're very in his head. So much happens in his head. So he's like debating with himself what to do. He doesn't want to be in charge. He rather died. He doesn't want to deal with all this drama. everyone he knows is dead. He feels crap because he's just woken up from 100 years of sleeping. So in his head, he's like, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Oh, I don't want to do this. I'd rather just die. Can't you just kill me? We don't want to kill me. He doesn't say that. He's happy to be alive. But he's like, I just wish I died at the time. Okay. And then he's like, okay, yeah, we'll do that. You know, there's loads of information. There's loads of talking in your head. And I like that because I talk in my head all the time. I'm a madman. But, you know, I have a little conversation in my head and like in a way like he does. So it's quite cool seeing him do that. It's a bit like, yeah, you know, I'm not the only one. Yeah. Then you got Victoria. Well, no, Madame Co-President Victoria Rione. Ryone? I don't know. She's cool because she's very... she's a politician. She's very much like this. Yes. And, but would you do that sort of very... And then someone say something and she's like, well, I think we should do... You know, very, very much like that. And I like her very rigid, stiff character, but it's because she cares so much. She's a politician, do you know what I mean? The way she is. But her and Blackjack, John, isn't it John? They've been butted heads for a while and then they end up getting together because, so like she's been married before, he died in the war. So like her heart's to him, her first husband. Her love, no, something's to the alliance, so everything's to her alliance. Then like, she's like, all I've got left is my body and her brains or something like that. So it's weird what they have, but it's really deep. And it's really cool. I'm actually really happy for it. I'm not really much of a lovey-dovey sort of person, but I really liked it, this book. And she really thinks outside the box. So like you've got John and all the other crew, they're talking about stuff and trying to work out plans, and they're like, I don't know what I'm doing this, and trying to work out, and he's sitting there rubbing his temple, I just don't understand. And all this stuff's going on because they're trained a certain way, so they think within the box as a military people, because she's a civilian and politician sort of, you know, she thinks stuff differently. So she's like, well, you're thinking like this, but don't think like they're going to do that, why don't you think this? And they're like, right, okay, and then it just spirals off and off it goes. Brilliant. The whole chemistry with them is cool. Then you've got Geary, like I said, number 2, or John Geary. There's just, I can't pronounce her name properly. It's Desjani. I don't know. D. Now she's massively, humongously up John's arse. But that's because everyone's grown up knowing Blackjack, Captain Blackjack, the sacrifice he made, the last stand, head on, you know what I mean? That's what they've all been brought up with. And she loved that he's there, and I like that she's like that, but she's really good because she helped him learn stuff. And he's sort of training her and remoulding her, because she was very much like, yeah, kill all syndics, I mean, bomb the planet, no survivors, kill it, all like that. Kill civilians, smash them on tactics, don't need tactics, all about honour of fighting, just go, just kill. You know what I mean? Wow, that's what they like. And he's like, whoa, why don't we kill them and we don't die as well? And they're like, what? But the honour of fighting, glorious death. And he's like, no, why don't we just kill them all and none of us die? Brilliant. So he's remoulding her and everyone. He's shaped this whole fleet, and he's slowly, gradually, they got loyalists, people who just don't like him because they're arseholes, and you've got people on the fence, and they're kind of like, I don't know. And the fence people are coming over, and even people who didn't like him, they're understanding, because they're all stuck in their ways, and it's really good what he's doing and everything like that. Same with her, she's evolving as a character. This is something that's good about all of them, is they're all evolving, you learn more in everything. The captains, even the captains are good, and some, you see captains at first are a bit like, and they're changing. And she's had so much growth. I feel like she's the biggest person who's had growth out of everyone, because she's gone from, like I said, to now she's like, you know, we don't kill civilians, but she's like, I understand why you don't do it, and she understands and the tactics and what comes. Then, you know, one, it's just don't kill civilians, is, you know, the civilians, logical. And the other thing is like, the damage, you can do more damage, instead of killing civilians and wiping everyone out, the syndics can be like, oh, don't have to wash your hands of that, it's gone. Where like, destroy the military, but leave the people, they've still got to deal with resources with the people, as well as the lies the syndics say about the alliance, what they do by not killing everyone and letting the prisoners go and making speeches about like, the only reason why this happened because of your government, blah, blah, stuff like that. She's understanding that it does more damage letting these people live and spreading these stories than just killing them and then syndics being able to wash their hands. Brilliant. Falco, Now, he's fighting Falco. He's just captain's Falco, smash everyone, let's go. And he's got a record of like, he's very good at bullshitting. He's what you call a compulsive liar bullshitter. He's, he can twist every story to his advantage. Every loss is a victory. Don't matter, even though like more people died on their side than the enemy's, victory. And he's really good at that. And he's been in a labour camp for 20 years and he has quite a bad story. So he got captured, whatever happened. He's been in a labour camp for a long time and they've been in a labour camp, they're very used to rigid how it all goes. And when he and his other guys, the other captains all do a runner and think they can make a charge, Falco crumbles. And then when he comes back, his mind snaps and he's gone back 20 years in his mind, and like Blackjack was gonna not try him but like gonna arrest him, or did arrest him, but was gonna like do him or whatever, but he's like, I can't do that. The guy's mind snapped, you know what I mean? Like everything he did was the best for the Alliance, even though he did it in a terrible way. I can't do justice reading, telling you about the character, read the book, but it's amazing. His character was really cool. New, come in, a fresh guy. And with him coming in, it cleared up this story of these Nooms or Nimes or something. This other guy is a prick, and there's another woman who's an arse as well. Clears this whole story up, and I'm glad it's cleared them up, and I hope they don't come back. I've got a funny feeling they will come back as like, we need more captains, right, we'll give you a second chance. But whatever way. Brilliant, liked him. So many characters, I can't go with characters. Couple more characters, captains, really good. Some die, some don't. Brilliant. Cracking. All those characters are good. 4.2 out of 5. I've got to get to the next category. It's really, really good. Battles. Right. Got to do this real quick on time now. They're running. They go. They jump to a system. The syndics are there. A couple of syndics. They've laid mines about. These ships fly off. Their ships go. Boom. A few of them die. So he's like, right, okay, whatever. I told you about this earlier. First little engagement. I might have told you in the other video, I don't know. Wait, this happens. Then they attack this system, kill all the people, little bit of space battle, nothing crazy. Slaughter them, Alliance side, they annihilate the Syndics. This book's very much, there's no, like, they don't take loads of losses. It's really showing how good Blackjack is with all this stuff regarding the battles and the way he can control his force, or the fleet, I mean. But the way they do it, the way he does it is amazing. So they do that, liberate a few bit of ground fighting, but whatever, all this stuff happens. Then they go off to the shipping yard, decimate the Syndics. They absolutely tear them to pieces. 2 battles because they come in, I think the Furious, they call it the Furious battle group. They get sent over there on purpose, little trick. Whatever happens over there, they have a little engagement. He takes his main lot over there, fighting, destroy, they bomb, they annihilate it. The battles are so good. Then they have to deal with the gate, they fight the gate because the gate's going to go supernova, so they can deal with the supernova gate. Then after that, they've got to go and bail Falco out, so Falco done a runner, so because Falco went to run, he went with the fleet, or part of the fleet, he went off, done what he'd done. Blackjack was like, Illness or Islandness or wherever, some system, letting them know to go to a system of shit is the fan. After they've destroyed the shipping yard, they had to battle here, they then go over to, I'm called Illness. Falco's lot turn up. Then all the Syndics start pouring through the not the hypernet gate, the gravity well where they jump position or whatever. Then it's just like they're smashing, just battles really good. All the battles, POV, point of view, down, strategy game. You know, like you have a strategy game, you control your units and you move them here and you micromanage and do all that stuff. That's what everything how Blackjack's doing it. He's in his ship, or he's in the Dauntless, and he's controlling everything from the ship. You need to go here, you need to go there. There's time lag, so he's got to like, right, you've got to go over here, and he'll be like, at whatever time, you go over there. Whenever that happens, he knows that when he sees it happens, that happens 7 minutes earlier because of the time lag. So he's like, right, okay, so I've just seen this now, that's going there, right. So they've got to calculate where whatever's happening to happen, what it's got to do, because then he has to control something else to move over there within the time lag time. It sounds confusing, but it really flows. Amazing how he's done it. And it's just yeah, the battles are really good. I'm really happy with the battles. Just carnage everywhere. I definitely think it's a 4.5 out of 5. The battles, they're brilliant. They're really, really good. Read it for the fighting and stuff. Like the political stuff and all that other stuff happens. But the fighting and the battles are good. Technology and machines of war. So there's Captain C, can't remember her name. She finds out that basically the gates can blow up. If the theory is they either blow up like a supernova or they just go poof. But everyone thinks it's like sort of in between. Turns out they go supernova. So she runs this program, sorts something out with blackjack and some other bits and balls, whatever. Short story, how to stop the gates. So there's this whole technology and this whole thing going on regarding the gates, because the gates are something that the Syndics and the humans all... Syndics are humans. Syndics and the Alliance all both poof make it at the same time. They're like, and Gary's like, so how who made the gates? And it's like, well, we made the gates and the Syndics stole it. And then someone else goes, well, the Syndics made it and we stole it. It's like, you all both made gates at the same time, yeah? Something fishy going on there. We'll talk about that in the alien side. But there's the whole technology side of what they're trying to do with the gates and how they stop the gates from going supernova and just stopping the, wiping everyone out. You've got ships, big ships, small ships. Something I like about this is within the fleet, you've got cruisers, destroyers, battleships, auxiliaries. I don't think you've got carriers actually. No, you've got all these ships because each ship has their own role. There's not like a hybrid ship. It's like Battlestar Galactica. Love it, but it's a carrier that also is a battleship. But a battleship isn't a carrier. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. Love it, but it's ridiculous in guarding. Like a carrier is not a battleship. Blending the two together. It's just you. This is good because you've got ships. Each ship has their role, so all the ships do everything they should do, which is really cool. You've got your marines, you've got your drones, there's planetary weapons that actually shoot up into space trying to kill the ships and destroy everyone. Fancy dancy, bigger ships on the enemy side. The technology, the machines of war is really good, really interesting. Again, doing no justice to it. You need to read the book. I'm going to give that a 4 out of 5. Aliens and or who the enemy are. Right, Syndics. So they're basically a corporation style faction, galaxy spanning or part of the galaxy spanning, wherever they are. CEOs run everything. So you've got CEOs, type person in the ships, planets, space stations, everywhere. Chain of command, it's basically military but CEOs, but it's very more strict and very, They're quite cruel. They're very... You as a person are a digit. You cost us money. That's how they treat everyone, and they dictate everything. They control the media. They control information. The way they do everything, they don't talk. They stopped letting the Alliance know who was captured and wasn't. They're very cruel, and they control their people. They have space orbital defense platforms in space facing planets because they don't care about someone come blowing them up. They've got them there to let the planet know that if you try and stop, we'll just blow you up. They're not particularly nice people. Something that I really like about them is you don't know who is in charge at the moment. The Alliance don't, as far as I know, don't know who's in charge. They just know it's just corporation CEOs. So you're fighting the Syndics as a whole. You're not fighting, this is the bad emperor, this is the bad man over there. It's a mystery, and I like that. 2 books in, I've got no idea who the actual baddie is on the Syndic side. It's just people, you know what I mean? You're fighting people, and they even sort of talk about that, just like, it's the people in charge of the baddies, not the people, but you don't know who the actual people in charge are. You know who's in charge of each individual ship, but they've got their bosses, and they've got their bosses, but you don't know how far up the ladder it goes. I really like that. I find that really fascinating, because the stories, like I said, 2 books in, I don't know who the enemy are. You don't know why the war started still. Now you've got more ideas, so like they really sort of heavily believe that, was it an outside influence? Was it a non-humans? Because in the first book, they found the Syndics, they removed something from computers and stuff, too more excessive. And the only reason why they removed it, because they know humans wouldn't bother looking there, but they removed something anyway in case someone non-human would. as well as they cleared out vaults or whatever, but someone still tried getting into a vault with, this is for example, Imperial metric. Alliance used metric, Senate's used Imperial. There was like a different a different sized bit that's not Imperial, not metric. So it makes no sense, because why have something so rare to try and be discreet or try and be hidden, but you're more chance of being found out because using something so rare, it's so hard to get, you just use a standard sized bit to drill. So they thought it's a bit really weird, and now it's pushing on more to like the gate. Who made the gates? Who gave the technology to the Syndics or the Alliance? Again, breadcrumbs. Also, they get a map when they're in the labour camp system of like the Syndics area location where all the hypernet gates are. Originally the Syndics were, this is their area, originally it was sort of there, but now they've gone back, but it looks like a borderline, as well as the hypernet gate follows suit as well. So they've got a border, and they're like, why did the Syndics have these areas which were fairly rich in resources and then pull away, and it looks like a border, and they've bordered up into a spot where there's like a no man's land. So they're really sort of dropping teasers at like the Syndics are bordering up against another species, but you don't know why. Well, you know why, but just they're there. But you don't know if it's true or not, and like, did the hypernet gate come from them? And then they find out the fact that the hypernet gate is basically a massive bomb, and you could just somehow, if you could trigger it, it could just blow up everywhere. And the Syndics have got them everywhere. So any ship flying in Hypergate, if it blows up, kills them, or it just drops them random, millions of light years away, so it's take 10 years to travel anywhere, and it will just supernova wipe everyone out. So they've got bombs everywhere, and so do the Alliance. So they're like, shit, especially nuclear or supernova scale bombs in every single major system across both nations. So yeah, it's cool. I like it. It's really, really fascinating. I'm so intrigued with him because, again, I know nothing about him bar theories and speculation, which is cool because it makes me guessing. So yeah, 4.4 out of 5. Really, really like the Syndics. I think they're cracking baddies, and the tease of the other aliens as well. You got me going. So this is a 4.5 out of 5 book, maybe 4.4 out of 5 book. Brilliant book, cracking. Gonna pick it up again. I say cracking a lot. Buy it if you haven't. Get the first one, do it. Get the 4th, 5th, 3rd, 12th, every book going, do it. I'm looking forward to the next one. I can't wait. It's a read along, so I've got to wait until Ramsey is ready. I'm crying internally because last night I was like, oh, maybe I'll read my book. No, I'm going to wait. But that's that. That's cool. Thank you for watching. Everything's in the description. If you want to Discord me, do it. All in the description. Instagram, cool. I just post pictures of books up because that's what Instagram's for. Twitter, I just kind of tweet stuff that I'm posting up on Thingybob, whatever. Patreon, if you want to support me, help me pay for me StreamYard program and possibly a new camera system. I'm trying to save up. I'm not actually asking you to do it. I'm going to do it myself, but if you want to support me, you can. Yeah, that's it. Cool. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Oh, my throat. Oh, I'm such a long talk. How long was I talking for? I've been talking for like 30 minutes. I got itchy. But, yeah. Hello.